will be at an all-time high today to kick off the NA side of the road to Rio. Let's find out. Let's get into the action.
Let's do it. We're looking at a pistol round here for Gen.G on the T side. They're going to have a heavy lean towards this A site. Now, one thing that I did want to kind of notice out here is that there's a little guy on this site. His name is, well, JKS. He always finds himself playing around on the A bomb site. This map should be absolutely no different. So let's see what he's got in store for us. Gratisfaction's going to be there to help him out. We're going to see if they can hold the line. It's going to be JKS from under Balk, only good for one. Jacob with one as well. And so far, so good if you are on the side of Gen.G. Vintet is good for two. And that's going to be a real Aki Momo here for the 100 Thieves.
Yeah, Gratisfaction gets lost in that smoke, and it is just chaos here. Jacob trying to save the day. And while he does get it close, it is not close enough. Jay, from 100 Thieves, they want to try and keep the heat up. I can't say I blame them. This round gets close, but a little bit uncomfortable, thanks to Buntet, who's able to run in and get himself three. Already delivering on those promises that we made in the pre-show, where we kind of...
Up on the catwalk, it's a crossfire between him and Gratisfaction ticket side, and he's about to get his first contact.
Connector smoke there is going to give a lot more room to Gen.G as they try to work their way up catwalk 3 deep. Azur with the CZ from the top of the window, or excuse me, the ladder room. That's going to give Automatic a free pass to run on by with Kusta.
Ooh, they just give him the gun. They just say, okay, we'll take the site, but you can take the AK. That sets 100 Thieves up to come in for this retake here, but that smoke thrown down by Gen.G has really complicated things. It buys them even more time for this bomb plant, and at this point, even though Gratz found a kill, they might just consider straight up saving.
In which you get out of this round with like 2 or 3 rifles. I mean, 2 really being the only number that's achievable, and you'll be pretty happy with that. But sadly, you know, the kills aren't going to come through. They're getting hunted, they're getting chased, but they do get away.
A major. Now that's interesting. But moreover, they do find themselves down now, 11-7 over there on Vertigo. So things not going as sprightly. It's actually going to be a 12th round. Meanwhile, we'll try to clean this one up.
Up on like the worst end of the stick, it felt like, after that whole move. You know, like the majority of guys kind of stepping away. But it's nice to see Automatic here, now finding some success once again with the Gen.G squad. Som up through connector, does go running into this AK on Azur. And they might wish they didn't let him get away with this in the last round. My goodness, he has shut this entire round down single-handedly. And there's a chance for even more. It's only Daps left in a 1v4 up in Palace. He does get the late revenge onto Azur. 1v3. And Daps having to slow it right down now. The odds forever stacked against him, it feels like, hoping that one of these players are going to offer up an engagement. JKS playing this little rat position here, just... and 100 Thieves on the back of Azur's AK. Going to find their first on the board here.
Yeah, I mean, Tim Ta in the server, we're talking about that Cloud9 lineup. Obviously, yeah, that kind of has been parted away. You know, a competitive Counter-Strike anymore, but
he abandoned us.
Certainly a professional gamer.
Is this you announcing his return?
You know what? I have no comment.
No?
We'll save it for later then. Jacob, he survives. The Molotov goes out and the smoke thrown down by 100 Thieves, and so he's able to fight middle, but the flashbangs will eventually push him back. Nice shot from Grat with the AWP, getting that nice and early into this game.
About Gratisfaction with that weapon. In Pro League, even when 100 Thieves didn't do that incredibly, he was pretty much like one of the consistent players turning up in this squad with that AWP in hand. Now, bomb plant found over here at the B bomb site, but shouldn't be much more found on the back of it. Kusta does have Liaz trapped over on short side, but yeah, not going to come through. He gets out P250 there in the head-to-head. Defuse comes in, and they're going to tie this one up now, 2-2. Bomb plant for Gen.G, but a full investment in that round likely just means it's going to be a handful of pistols.
Yet to frag on the server, but you know, obviously money has been a bit of a problem here for Gen.G. So, eco to continue, and then the guns coming out in round number 6. We'll see how many Grat can find in middle. Couple of flashbangs to get them out into position. Daps does have those ready and waiting. It's a good flash. Jacob's pushing mid, and the run boost is great. Som gets out into position and finds that kill. It's a gun dropped in the open. Grat looks to hold on to it. He's given away his position with his AWP, but that won't be too much of a surprise. They're going to start running at him, and it's a firing line for Grat. Not two. Daps does get that trade. That's a great shot for the P250 by him and Automatic combining for the kill. And as overwhelmed on the A site, this is falling apart for 100 Thieves. It's just down to the in-game leader. It's just down to Daps, and he's yet to find himself a gun.
outside of the damage they've done, outside of finding the bomb plant as well, there's still a chance for Daps to do even more in this 1-on-2 once he gets this planted. So now tapping in the numbers, JKS is a very, very long way away, and Liaz peaks early. Daps is now trapped here, stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Liaz is the rock, JKS, he's the hard place.
And he's gone all the way around for the short side rotation. So Daps doesn't know that the market's clear, but it is. And he's still just holding in the sight, tries to catch the timing, and he has just about gotten around the corner. JKS is holding, Daps fires out a shot. Someone's going to get on this bomb sometime soon, and they do deal with Daps. They grab the defuse. At 100 Thieves, they take their time, but they get that third round on the board. Not as clean as maybe I'd promised you, but as soon as that defuse was coming in,
you can see the process of the thought process there by 100 Thieves in that 2-on-1, right? They were taking it very up cat. They take it very slow. They let Daps do his thing, and then they realize that walk. They fire off shots. No one's gone down though. No one's even taken damage yet, as Gen.G have distracted 100 Thieves from the true worry, which is the B site. Som is already so deep here, and there is a man just coming through the market. Grat finding the right timing into B, but will he find the shots that connect?
Yeah, there's actually, you know, pretty much a 3-man hold here at the B site now for 100 Thieves. So even as they've dealt with Gratisfaction, this double rotate towards short side was meant to come in and save the day, but instead it all gets made very, very close in this back and forth. But automatic with the AWP kill onto Jacob should have solidified this round. Yeah, 100 Thieves are already backing out.
They already know. Bentet's hunting. The bomb's not even planted. He's hunting kills. He's looking for flanking players. He's looking rather than the palace. But Gen.G aren't too worried, right? They're happy just being able to build their own economy up, have 4 alive, get guns, something to fall back on.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I kind of can't believe it, you know, like Gen.G doing a stellar. There's a good chance that they'll get to discover this 3-man hold down in the connector.
Oh.
Flash is good. No one peeks on the back of it. There's the peek from Gratisfaction. It's a bit chaotic down in middle, but Buntet trying to keep this one under control. Does get caught out. Kusta now all alone. Has dealt with the first man, spots Liaz over on Catwalk and gets a decent bit of damage off. Isn't even tagged in the process. This bomb belongs to 100 Thieves, and that Molotov has given this away to Kusta. Now he knows it's a battle against the clock and not just a battle against these 2 players on the 100 Thieves side. How on earth is he gonna go about getting this bomb back? Because the nades have just been raining in to keep him at bay. That Molotov forced JKS out into the open, but it was timed with a bit of a double peek from Liaz. Kusta's just got nowhere to go, man. He's so paranoid about where these players could be, and there they are. They're both in top middle, 100 Thieves.
Up a flash on the catwalk, but right before he throws it, a pop flash comes in from Gen.G and full whites, all 3 players in connector. 100 Thieves stop for a second, and that's who's looking to take map control, but instead Grat flashes them back in. They go for a second try, and it
can stop that meme right where it started.
Public service announcements.
That's a PSA on the house. That one was for free. Now we're going to see if Gen.G can find some rent-free over here in this A bomb site, perhaps, if they want to elect to go through the connector area. Looks like that's where they want to put some pressure. Top connector smoke, automatic's going to peel back. That might just be an audible. That might just be a game plan change.
Throwing in late window smokes and boosting from under. Gen.G just chilling for the time being. That's a good shot. Automatic going down in the connector. Bentet's got good map control from this cat position, but Gen.G, they're just walking into a death trap. Big kill from Daps. He's going to trade things out. Kusa has to come through on a ramp split. Still 2 players inside of the A site, and that's not going to be what Gen.G are expecting, especially with 20 seconds left. That's a spray that goes the way of Kusta. Jacob will not be expected here. He can win this round.
He could. He gets the lineup, too. It's only going to be Daps, and he finds. Can't turn around. Can't pivot onto Jacob. Excuse me, onto Kusta. But don't worry, this fight's certainly still here. A little bit of time left, now that's all gone awry. The bomb being planted, and they're getting eaten alive. Liaz, Bentet, one-on-one with the bomb planted in the A site. Bentet comes out on top, and that's going to be another round for Gen.G.
In these messy situations, just adjusting well and focusing on the crosshairs, hitting the shots you need to hit, rather than, you know, overcomplicating things. And then, you know, Daps, again, is an in-game leader, often proving his weight and, you know, not necessarily getting held out in rosters for as long as many people I think he deserves to be, and this is a great roster for him to prove his stock, prove his value. And right now, well, money, it's flowing for Gen.G. They've got 4 kills in middle. Just as a left up, not long for him. He gets a kill, but quickly traded by the SMG, and that's a 5th.
And that's just a test. That's not the Trey style.
A bit of a spanner in the works, but he's just not been able to find Buntet over on the catwalk. And this has at least prompted a rotation around from Azza. You might need a few more guys here at the B site, though, as now Gen.G try and pour on in. The flashbangs are good, and that's going to allow Liaz to get one. Azza is still hidden here. And just as he's gotten into this position, they make contact with Jacob inside of Market. So they don't know. You know, they've killed 2 players at A. They might think that this site is clear as a result. And Azza still close, now giving up his position. He gets wrapped onto, and the whole round.
Now, just taking a peek over here on the other side of your screen, you're going to see the Triumph are up 15-11. Make that 16-11. They win that first map there of Vertigo over Cloud9. So boo-boo face to all the Cloud9 fans. And, of course, sleeping on them you may.
Sheikh Zeller, in one of the players in Triumph, fallen recently.
No, it's like... Anyway, carry on.
No, that was my point, Trace.
Yeah, I was just really trying to...
Kind of interesting.
I think it opened up like I'm pretty sure it was Sheikh Zilla who like started this whole conversation as well about like the challenges of being an IGL in NA, right? And how like a lot of organizations don't want to take a chance on a new in-game leader, right? Because you are unproven.
Yeah.
You don't have, and it's very, very hard to become a proven IGL.
Exactly.
I think that's why you have to look at players like, I think like Golden is a good example of that, right? Like someone who grinded their way up and earned the respect of this now Fnatic squad. And I mean, they're delivering great results.
He's
right?
kind of a crazy talking point. When you talk of respect as well, right? Like coming up from from being so inexperienced and then leading legends of the game to tournament victories, like that's his hunting. They've lost players hunting.
Yeah, they've not come back. It's not been the best.
One-way train ticket.
But yeah, Gen.G.
Orgles consisting of Wardell, Ye, Sabrosa, Infinite, and of course the 4D chess mastermind nominated in the year of 2019, 2018, FNS.
The breaker of Brazil, we call him.
First of his name.
That's a close shot. The Thieves cut out of the site. They've got no one inside of it. Only Jacob who can really battle for it towards the stairs, and the smoke comes down. He can actually go above. There's no stairs smoke. So a quick fight won by Kusta. He was ready for that engagement. A plan set by Gen.G, a trap, if you will. Buntet is waiting in one of his own, and they're going to walk right into it. Out through the smoke, as is gone. Buntet, he can line up more. He finds some damage, but won't convert the kill. That opens up the possibility for retake, but as soon as it's open, Daps closes it down, dropping Gratisfaction and that AWP with it. One plan is open. What the hell can 100 Thieves even do here? The save is probably the best call. And this
team, he was talking a lot about, you know, like the kind of like how his whole career started, and it's very, very interesting, right? Like with his original move from Indonesia to China, and how like he had to obviously has like even more cultural differences, right? So he was kind of worried about like how he's going to slot into this team on like a personal level. But then about a month later, Som came out with this really good interview saying how like in the team, Buntet is like the funny, like very charismatic, very like,
I like that. That's
very,
good.
you know, like he's always keeping everyone hyped. And I think in this team where you've got, you know, like Daps, who
Let's see if it sticks, like spaghetti in the fridge.
Yeah, talking of sticks, well, Azza got stuck in the back of his shoulder blades with a knife by his teammate at the start of the round. I think it was Grat, but I didn't quite catch it. I was just looking at the positions of the map. It won't be a bother, it won't be matter, as Azza finds 2 in middle before the trades are in. Underpass split is well timed. Gen.G keep things in their favor, and no guns for the remaining players of this CT side.
Yeah, Som's over here in B by himself.
Ooh.
Perhaps he can catch Kusta with his back out here.
I like how Som was playing B. He'd taken it early, but you know he didn't want to. Had his fair share of exits already today.
Boom.
So Grenade going to go past Molotov, the same story, and Jacob will spray and pray. 2 kills. Buntet's gone down with a bomb. Grenade doesn't matter, Jacob. You've done it all.
Start of a best of 3. You've gotten started on the T side. You're currently up by several rounds. Got to be feeling a little comfortable. Certainly building some confidence.
Oh.
yeah, missed opener there from Gratisfaction, and now Jacob's going to have his attempt. And oh my goodness, Buntet was not ready for that quick flick from Jacob. Thankfully, Automatic was, and this is now, I was going to say maybe kept Gen.G in this round, but suddenly put into a 2-on-4. Automatic and Kusta, they've got to do a lot of the heavy lifting in this one. And already a 3-man setup over here towards the A-bomb site. Gratisfaction actually begins to move away. They don't know where these 2 remaining players are, and now at least they know where Kusta resides. Azza pushing on up in towards T-spawn, looking to go on a very long wrap in behind enemy lines, and that means for Liaz and Gratis faction, all they've got to do is hold the line. They've just got to wait. They don't even have to really take these fights if they don't want to, because they can wait for Azza to move into the back line, but it doesn't matter. Azza was never needed. He was just a backup plan. Definitely doable.
And it's the saved AKs for 100 Thieves that make all the difference. Here, look at this. Just unbelievable transfer from Jacob. The second he flicks, the first bullet lands in the head of Bentet. And, well, we think about Azza taking that AK and getting 4 kills in the rifle round. That's another example of that. These saves do have some bonuses for 100 Thieves, but right now they're looking for rounds, and a 6th on the board would be lovely. Great flashes, get Bentet up catwalk. Everyone's white, Azza especially, and he's gone down. Bentet gets a big kill for Gen.G.
They will traverse, watch this window area, and watch the A site. They're going to molly him out, though.
Look how scared they are for Bentet. He went back to T-spawn, he rejoined the team, but all 100 Thieves are looking at is connector. All they're looking at is ladder room, and now the push is coming from the behind. They are not ready for 5 players out the ramp, and Gen.G are just going to slap them back out of this round. 10 looking guaranteed for the halftime score as Liaz looks to do the impossible.
Yes, very much the impossible, but he's got pretty much the entirety of Gen.G 5 scoreline run up there by Gen.G in the first half. We're not going to see them switch. Oh, see over there in the little screen, little pip, if you will, the picture-in-picture. EG, just 1 round away from putting 40 chess king F and S down.
Easier said than done, but so are these B executes. Som's been smoked off, and 100 Thieves are all over the site. No one here. Full retake here for Gen.G. Not the prime position in Mirage. A 10-player alive B post plant. You don't see this every day, and it's not going to be an easy one to get back in against these Glocks.
You haven't just tuned into a retake server right now. This actually is the pistol round of the second half of 100 Thieves Gen.G. And it's a 5-on-5 retake, so let's see if this goes about as well as you would expect. And it kind of has to begin with. There's the kill on Elias, at least to give them a chance, but a chance might not be enough. Daps shut down. 4 players stay alive for 100 Thieves, and that goes...
If that doesn't happen, this happens. You can see, missed shot, then Liaz just mows him down with a Glock on this close corner. And it feels like, you know, the second that kill comes through from Liaz, everyone for 100 Thieves is looking at catwalk. Gen.G is just getting, you know, walking into the belly of the beast, if it were. So a quick...
be automatic. Perhaps he can do something with it. Finds himself currently in the window room, gets a tag on Azza. And he's going to look for a little bit more. He knows he's not alone up there. Can't seem to land the shot, the second one at least. He's going to get the window smoked out. So that...
Love this from Gen.G. Not giving anything away, not even giving away info. 40 seconds, 35 now, and there's yet to be a kill. And Gen.G is still tucking, waiting for the commitment.
Yeah, and that's the thing about this timer. It will just keep on ticking down, funnily enough. And so eventually, you've got to pick up the pace. You've got to get into the site. And as they try to do that, they do get past these pistols. Bentet still a threat, but does get shut down, leaving Som and Automatic as the only 2 players left stand. Oh, don't stick it there. Thankfully, they didn't. And there we go. It's all been dealt with. Everything was fine. It's all under control. Little upsets today.
Just wait. They're going to win a full eco now, Harry.
It's going to happen. There's 1 flash on Daps. It's going to do everything.
Oh, Som showing off the movement, getting up onto the catwalk. The grenades in window don't actually do that much considering Kusta has no armor. But Som, he is armed with only a USP and he's going to get away with a kill. Pushing close, but it's enough distraction to get another frag for Bentet. He's got himself a gun. Jacob's trapped at the top of middle. He's got to try and stay alive. Daps has gone through a Molotov. It is pandemonium. Daps might find the bomb, but he also might find a bullet to the face by this player in T-spawn. Goodbye. The grenade will hit perfectly. And 100 Thieves, 8 round for Gen.G in the second half. AWP out for Automatic. Grat will be meeting him in the middle.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? We know 100 Thieves, they love this window connector position over in mid. So I'm really curious to see what Daps and co have got up their sleeve to try and deal with it.
Well, even more so, they like getting that boost up in the window.
Yeah.
You know, they like to really try to exploit the backlines here, as you can tell. So far, 100 Thieves just doing this as if it's a favor to get this round out of the way.
Yeah, this doesn't... They don't even need flank strays. They don't need the backline. They just want every opening jewel that they got given. And yeah, Gen.G, that can happen a lot of the times on CT side where you just feel comfortable and you go into a round, you're like, all right, guys, let's, you know, everyone just focus, get back on it. You don't even necessarily have a game plan. You're just, you know, posting up and then boom, you lost 3 fights and well, there it is. It's the save. Although luckily the timing is good for him. Peaks as Grat leaves. But 9-10, 100 Thieves nipping at the heels of...
Okay, they can drop rifles over. You can still pull a buy together, but you really are pinching pennies over here on this CT side at this point, right? And that reset... in a sense of the word. And yeah, they don't decide to drop weapons over. Instead, they play it safe for the long game. And honestly, I'm a fan of this call, right? You'd see some teams look to invest here. You'd have 4 rifles. You would have pretty much everything. But instead, you're going to rely on this AWP and M4 with a safety net of a buy in the next round. And already, Automatic has opened this round up with 1.
And with every kill that you get like that, you give a gun over to Gen.G. Bentet's picked himself up an AK Automatic. He's dropping more corpses in the middle. And although these guns aren't retrievable, the round certainly is for Gen.G. 5 on 3. Deeg is ready, drops the bomb, looking for a follow-up, does damage, and Daps will finish it with a CZ. It's only Liaz alone in the apartments, and boy, have they got his number. Waiting gold for Gen.G.
And Som, now that's a player I kind of want to talk about while we have just a couple seconds here. This is a player that has, you know, he kind of Plexity for a while. He went on to play in the Envy project, and albeit it wasn't a vast amount of time, but still, he now finds himself on Gen.G, and it does seem like they've adequately used him on this lineup to this point. Now, of course, he was part of this team that did win the DreamHack Open in Anaheim, so that's also something to consider. He
was MVP there as well. You know, his first LAN with the team, so that's really awesome. You know, what a very confident, a very aggressive young player, and wow, these rounds are just go like
favorable, and that's something you'll see Gen.G do quite a lot, right? They even did it back on the T side. You think about like those CT smokes that they were throwing with like the or leaving the stairs smoke out, for example, right? It's a lot of like Thieves is like a mistake on your end when really, you know, you're using it to your advantage.
For sure, like as a CT there, you look at that stairs smoke and you go, oh, they smoked everything but stairs. I've got an opportunity to get information and or kills, and well, Gen.G in their heads, they're going, this guy's going to peek stairs.
Because he can only peek stairs.
Right? And, it's smart. I like the concept.
And we did talk about this, but just pistols over here for the side of 100 Thieves. Now, interestingly enough, a player like JKS really not having a career-high game here, albeit he was the highest-rated player on his team throughout the duration of Pro League Season 11. That was just, you know, a week ago. So.
Shooting twice while running across the bench. The first shot covers the footstep made on the bench wood, and the second shot covers the landing outside of the window. That will get him into position, but right now that position isn't of much value. The rest of his team are dead. It's just JKS getting spammed on ramp, waiting for Azza on this wrap. Now he is coming in on it, and he might be able to get himself potentially 2 kills. The question is, do Gen.G check it? Do they consider it? And yes, they do. The perfect time. Azza was hungry for Tim Tams. Instead, all he got was Tim Ta, and it's a Gen.G round on this CT side.
Now that
you know Tim Tams, but it's like British.
Right, you imagine it's like a chocolate-covered biscuit. That's pretty much it. So, let's see. I mean, Gen.G, they're trying to take more than a couple of biscuits in this round, but Jacob, he just steps up and takes the whole feast, mate. He gets both of them. 2 kills down here in mid. And a man advantage presenting itself in a very big way for 100 Thieves. Azza does come in clutch with another down into the connector. And now for Som, who's alone at this bomb site, they should be aware that a player could be here in CT.
Does Som even want to give away his position? Because the issue is, like, he's in a good spot to get kills, but as soon as he fires his first shot, all players are looking towards him. He gets dinked a second after through the wall. So this is a very rough situation for Som. He doesn't really want to retake. He also can't get out and save because his cross is being covered, or at least so he thinks. It is not right now. Gratz just moved off. So Som finds his timing, finds his angle, and escapes temporarily. That's why. Az is already waiting for him. Automatic now alone. It's going to be a 10th round for 100 Thieves.
But these are the rounds that they've been picking up on this T side, right? In the rifles, it has been whenever Gen.G have tried to like go for the aggression or tried to take a bit of initiative. We've normally, and usually it's been Jacob as well, right? The man to offer them up.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's going to be something that 100 aren't going to go back to that double mid play anytime soon, especially with results like this. You know, over here on the T side.
Hit their shots.
Hit their shots. And those are 2 of the most important things. If post-game interviews have taught me anything. Let's see, Kusta in the window.
Ooh.
Takes a bit of damage, but not really anything to write home about. Smoke goes in, and that's allowed 100 Thieves to populate this mid area once again. And yeah, much more reserved approach from Gen.G in this round. So let's see if it goes the same as it often has in the past. And that's where the man advantage is blocked away from 100 Thieves. And indeed it is in this round. Kusta through the smoke, deals with Azza, boosted aggressively into the window. And so now Gen.G sit in this 5-on-4. All the pressure on 100 Thieves. They're going to go back and grab this bomb, try and hit the B site. Som gets the information that there's players in the apartments.
Yeah, risky second jump, but he goes for it and he gets a reposition off. Daps is covering the wide swing, and they're going to both pile in damage to finish off the kill. JKS trading and Grat down on Cat. It's a dead round for 100 Thieves. They would have loved that window, and they're going to force it up. I imagine we see a faster B approach with this. I say that, the bomb's going A. So what's the game plan here? 2 rifles, a MAC-10 and 2 pistols? This is, well, a bit of a mixed bag.
Well, what really worked for the 100 Thieves here was, you know, I think it was 2 rounds ago, they really turned the pace up. They really applied pressure in middle, and that's just almost seemingly caught Gen.G off guard. It's like, you know, we haven't seen you approach it like this so far. And that really did go a long way. Anyway, Kusta and Azur having a little bit of an awkward situation there. And meanwhile, Bentet is absolutely nuts. Shuts down the A site all by himself. Kusta just hopping around, doing what a Kuster does.
He's had his shots. He was about in Liquid. He was in CLG, old school teams, right? Never really finding his place in the tier 1 scene, but he's looked really good as of late in this roster. So I, for one, hold out for it. They're going to run late through B, and here comes the cavalry.
Yeah, get those double arch smokes down. That's going to create just a wall of vision here. It's going to isolate Daps, at least for the time being. Liaz found his way all the way into sight, but that is just all going to be in vain. Daps, having gone through the smoke, finds some kills, and now Kusta ends the map. We're going to see this one go 16-10 Gen.G.